I'm Shubhain Chakravarti for the one last time here outside the GABA in Brisbane. Unfortunately, it was a rained out affair, but this entire series gave a lot of takeaways. India won the series 2-1, continued their unbeaten streak under Gautam Gambhir and Surya Kumar Yadav as the leaders of the pack. And now they have defeated Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, South Africa, England, and now Australia in Australia. So they have beaten some important teams in this road to the T20 World Cup. And as we said from the starting, this was an experimentation series. This was a series full of experiments, and this was the series where this think tank wanted to check whether the players can live up to the expectations, live up to the hype in different conditions, in different circumstances, in against a very potent opponent in different venues. So yeah, we saw plenty of experimentations. We will talk about some of the major takeaways from this series. We will talk about what is the entire review of this series. Yes, we will talk about how Sanju Samson is being utilized in this T20 World Cup, T20 squad, Indian T20 squad. Whether you are seeing a future of Sanju Samson in this T20I squad now that Jitesh Sharma was preferred in the last three T20Is here in Australia. Whether that's a possibility. What about Abhishek Sharma and Shubman Gill's opening pair? Is it there to continue, or will you see the selection committee chop and change, bring in a new opener when India hosts South Africa for the T20I series after the end of the Test and ODI leg of the home series? So there's plenty of takeaways, but I'll start with the man who now deserves a bit of a limelight, who deserves a bit of the headlines, and that is Akshar Patel. You may not see a lot of wickets under his column, just 2 wickets. You might not see him in the in the top of the run scoring charts, but his contribution within the team, the way he has come out to play smaller cameos in whatever chances he has got as a batter, whether bowling in different circumstances, whether it in the power play, in the middle over, or even later after the 10 over mark, Akshar Patel continues to live up to the expectations, to the demands of this Indian think tank. So credit where it is due. Since the retirement of Ravindra Jadeja, Akshar Patel has, you know, taken this position as his own and has now cemented his place in India's playing 11 going forward. You can chop and change anyone, but right now one player whom you can't afford to lose out in this T20I squad, that is Akshar Patel. So kudos to Akshar Patel for delivering performances, being consistent with the bat, being consistent with the ball. Yes, this format is fickle, so you might see an off day here or there. The oppositions are also there to play, but Akshar Patel overall, I think, has to be the MVP of the series. Yes, Abhishek Sharma, with the kind of strike rate he's having, with the kind of average he's having in this series, he got the Player of the Series award. Average of more than 40, strike rate of more than 170. Abhishek Sharma was named the Player of the Series, but for me, if I have to take away something, then Akshar Patel being the MVP of this series has to be the top of the charts for sure. Number two takeaway, of course, the rise of Abhishek Sharma, the fandom that he's getting with each passing day, it is staggering. You talk to fans, you talk to commentators, you talk to experts, you talk to the players, the foreign journalists, the local Aussie journalists. Everyone is talking about Abhishek Sharma. Boy, he can bat. That is the common sentence that you hear about Abhishek Sharma. So Abhishek Sharma, the way back-to-back player of the series now, player of the tournament in Asia Cup, player of the series here, and the way he continues to bat, it is fearless. He is redefining the opening slot in the shortest format of the game. So that is one spot which is absolutely nailed on going forward in this T20I format. In ODI format in the future, you never know. Abhishek Sharma, Yashasvi Jaiswal, and other openers in the line to replace Rohit Sharma whenever he calls it quit. Wait now, wait after the 2027 ODI World Cup. But yes, Abhishek Sharma continues to have this rising fandom among the new gen fan, among the old gen fans. Even I was having a word with some of the elderly Australian members here at the GABA, and they also were basking about how good Abhishek Sharma is. So his rise continues, and it will be exciting next few months when India plays on shorter grounds, more flatter decks in India. it will be an absolute carnage to watch Abhishek Sharma, and some sweaty days ahead for if you are in the opposition team who are playing India in the future. So Abhishek Sharma has to be one of the major takeaways from the series. One thing which has gained a lot of interest is the finisher's role, the wicket keeper slot. Sanju Samson, of course, was demoted to the number five, number six slot. You saw him bat in the middle order in the Asia Cup. You saw him, being not even getting that number five spot pretty regularly. But Sanju Samson's place in this playing 11 was not kept intact, and he was replaced by Jitesh Sharma in this particular series in the last three T20Is. Now the big question going forward when India play their next T20I series, which is against South Africa, will Sanju Samson regain his spot in the middle order, or will the Indian team continue to prefer Jitesh Sharma in that specialized finisher's role, which Jitesh has, to his credit, done incredibly well for Vidarbh or for RCB in the past in the IPL, and even for Punjab Kings when he used to play for the franchisee. So Jitesh Sharma being the preferred uh, finishers finisher in this Indian T20I side is something which will be intriguing to watch in the next couple of series for sure. But Sanju Samson, I mean, the fans have the right to ask questions to the selection committee or to the think tank. What was the futuristic vision with Sanju Samson? He was given that opening slot, scored three centuries in a calendar year, which is simply sensational for any player in this format. But since this team is preferring Shubman Gill as your opener, as your pair with Abhishek Sharma, it is unfortunate that Sanju Samson is missing out from that middle order slot or from the spot in the playing 11. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. That is Shubman Gill and his place in the T20I squad. Two innings where he really kicked on with a strike rate of 180 plus, one in Canberra, one in Gaba. Both were washed out affair, unfortunately for Shubman Gill, but he really looked at home in both the innings in this particular format. Yes, it was not the best of series for Shubman Gill, but he still ended up being your second highest run scorer behind Abhishek Sharma in this series, with not a lot of difference in terms of runs. So Shubman Gill, in terms of consistency, he can achieve more. That's what we expect from Shubman Gill, given the ceiling he has with the bat. But these were not easy conditions to bat on in the ODI format. In the ODI series, you saw some really spicy pitches being there for the batters. In the T20I series, Canberra was a good pitch, Hobart was a good pitch, and here at the Kaaba, it was a good pitch to bat on. He kicked on in two of the three innings where the ball was coming really nicely into the bat. Gold Coast was his highlight of the series where he really scored. He could have easily gone on and scored a half century there, but that was the nature of the Gold Coast pitch, where the ball was not really coming onto the bat, massive square boundaries, but he judged the conditions to perfection, which was absolutely acknowledged by Captain Surya Kumar Yadav in the post-match presentation after the fourth T20I, that Abhishek Sharma and Shubman Gill really judged the pitch to perfection. Now let's see what how Shubman Gill does in the home series, where again, as I said, smaller boundaries, flatter decks. So Shubman will really need to kick on his T20 career and silence his critics from here on. So a good base for Shubman Gill to continue his form in the couple of tests which India are hosting against South Africa, from there the ODI series and the T20I series. So for Shubman Gill, it's going to be non-stop cricket going forward for him as well. Maybe you never know, you might see him getting rested from the ODI setup, considering he's playing non-stop cricket. But given his work ethic, it won't be surprising if we see his name in all three formats when we host South Africa at home. Now another thing which was really intriguing along with Akshar Patel was the spin pairs. Varun Chakravarti was again very classy with the ball. Yes, he was taken for some runs in the couple of games, but the kind of threat Varun Chakravarti brings with the ball is unprecedented. He is going to be your number one specialist spinner in this particular 11 going forward in the road to the T20 World Cup. And in Indian pitches, Varun will enjoy bowling a lot more than here on Australian soil. But along with Varun, one player who has absolutely risen in the ranks is Washington Sundar. Now the team can bank on Washington Sundar, the bowler as well, the batter as well. He's emerging as your proper complete package as an all-rounder. Yes, he has not gotten a lot of opportunities to bat. Only one chance in Hobart where he really kicked on and scored an unbeaten 49 in a blistering fashion. And he was again. Gold Coast was an aberration because of the pitch. It was not an easy pitch to bat on. But Washington Sundar with the ball also, you saw him bowl 10 on the trot in Sydney, picking up wickets there. You saw him bowl in a couple of games here in this T20I series as well. So Washington Sundar is putting his name in the higher in the pecking order and asking the think tank to put him in the playing 11 as well. So Washington Sundar rise as your all format all rounder continues, and he's someone to watch out for in the future as well. And another takeaway, I think, the debate of whether to not play Arshdeep Singh in this format where he has achieved so much success. I think that has been put to rest. Arshdeep Singh, even though when Hardik Pandya returns in Indian conditions, you will see Jasprit Bumrah and Hardik Pandya share the new ball. But whenever the opportunity comes, I think the team management will prefer Arshdeep Singh now over Harshit Rana, even though Harshit can bat a bit better than Arshdeep Singh. So yeah, these are the takeaways from this series. But going forward against South Africa, a few things which we will look forward to is the position of Sanju Samson and Jitesh Sharma in the 11. How Shubman Gill kicks on his T20I career as your opening pair of Abhishek Sharma. What about the role of Kuldeep Yadav going forward in this particular format? Will the team prefer Akshar Patel, Washington Sundar, and Varun Chakravarti as your three preferred spinners in this setup? And of course, going forward, we are looking forward to see Hardik Pandya returning to the squad, to the T20I squad as well. So yeah, this was the series for us. We saw the return of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli in the ODI format. Rohit bagging the Player of the Series award in the ODI leg with 101 half centuries to his name. We saw Virat Kohli bagging consecutive ducks in the ODI format for the first time in his career. But then he returned back, scored a half century. We saw the frenzy outside the Sydney Stadium. Here also, we saw the fans lining up on the streets and making the pre-match build up to the match pretty entertaining. So Australian crowd lived up to the hype. Sold out affairs in most of the venues here in the 8 matches. I think five or six were sold out. So yeah, Australian crowd continues to live up to the expectations for them. The Ashes is the next big thing. For the Indian team, they continue their march to the WTC final, South Africa Test Series, followed by the return of Rohit and Virat on home soil, first ODI in Ranchi, and of course then the T20I format, which is perhaps the most important format looking at the T20 World Cup. So yeah, we will be there to continue our coverage of Indian cricket there on home soil, but we'll keep an eye on the happenings here at the Ashes as well. Most of the venues are sold out. The fans here are pretty much pumped up. The England team has already reached here. Australian team are continuing to prepare. Their test players are playing Sheffield Shield, gearing up for the Ashes. So it's going to be a blockbuster series. So stay tuned to Revsportz for all the updates in the world of cricket and of course in other sports as well. Thank you so much for showing your love, watching our coverage, watching our live streams, watching our fan bites, interviews, everything. So thank you from the deep of the heart, and of course for one last time outside the Gaba, over and out, Shubhayan Chakravarti for Revsportz.